Welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care and Santa Clarita Hearing Company. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Dr. Gene Dorio,
on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our first in-studio guest this morning is Abdel Kinesh, who is a local musician. Welcome. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank
How
you.
are you?
Welcome, Abdel.
I'm fine.
Thanks
Hi,
for being
Doctor.
on our show.
Hi, Dr. Dorio. Yeah, I'm a local musician,
Local
but
musician.
not performing. Actually, I'm a musician amateur.
Okay. So how did you get started in the music business? And how long have you been doing it?
Okay, it started when I was in primary school, actually, and I bought a guitar. I was like maybe 13, 14 years old, and I started from there. And I was fascinated around when I was 18 years old by the Shadows, which is a group from Britain. In the 58 with Cliff Richard, who is the singer, and I started playing their music and kept on from that time. In 1972, though, I lost interest with music somehow, and for like 3 decades I didn't touch the guitar.
Really?
Until I didn't touch it until I came to the United States in 1986. That's where I went to a pawn shop and I bought a guitar, a very cheap guitar with built-in speaker and things like that, and a small amp, and I picked up from there. So I didn't stop playing since.
My goodness, that's terrific. That's terrific. So when did you come over to the States?
1986.
1986.
With my daughter and my wife, yes.
I see. And are they still over here?
They're still over here,
Still
thank
here?
God, yes.
Do you
we
live
still
here in
family.
Santa Clarita?
I live in Santa Clarita in Saugus, yes.
Yes. How interesting. And where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Algeria.
Algeria.
North Africa. Some people don't know.
Yes, North Africa.
Yeah.
That's one of the countries I have never been to, which I want to. I want to go on an African safari.
Oh, yes.
One of these days,
yes.
I'm going to do it, probably next year.
That sounds
I'm
good.
pretty
Yeah.
sure.
I think it's
There's
okay to go now.
There's only 2 places in this world that I haven't been, and my husband and I traveled all over the place. And one place he did not want to go was Africa. He said, "You can go by yourself." I said, "No, I don't want to go by myself. I have to find somebody to go with, or maybe a group tour." That's
what
going.
they do, yeah.
But the other one is Egypt. We didn't get to Egypt or Africa, but we've been to every other country in the world. And
so you plan to go there now?
I plan to go. My husband died a couple of years ago, and
God bless his soul.
so, but we did lots and lots of traveling. We really did. Once he retired, and then I had a business at home, a secretarial service, and then after he retired, I thought, well, you know what? It's time for me to stop. So from 1996, we traveled everywhere.
So you're interested?
We did one major trip every year, which was overseas.
Oh, I see.
And the rest of the time was on the motorcycle, traveling all over the United States. I had a Honda 750, and he had a Honda 1000.
I have to tell you, North Africa is a bit different from the safari places where you want to go. You know?
Yeah.
There is a desert, of course, but it's far south.
Yes.
But if you want to see safaris and things like that, you have to go further south in Africa.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I think next year I'll do it. I'm going to find somebody to do it with. So if you know of anybody who wants to go, Gene, let me know.
I will do that. I'll keep my tentacles up.
Okay.
So, Abdel, do you entertain here in Santa Clarita as well?
Okay. As I told you, I'm an amateur. I retired from the city of LA. as a geographic information supervisor too, which it deals with applications, mapping, and things like that. I worked
Hmm.
for the city for 20 years, 28 years.
Wow.
But music has been always part of my life, so I never stop playing. But I'm not performing right now. I have a band. We have a band called the Men of Mystery, and
Man of mystery.
I can show you. Yeah, you can see them. But I have here pictures of the band, and
Oh.
we play the Shadows, Cliff Richard. We specialized in British pre-Beatle
Hmm.
British music, rock and roll, of course. And we meet and we play once a year, I would say. Here we played in the at the Huntington Beach Fourth of
Hmm.
July parade.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, it was really nice. We were on a big track, and the problem is that we live far apart, Simi
Hmm.
Valley, south of things, so we don't see each other very often. But I continue playing and I record. All my recording are on YouTube, so I have all my music is there, and I have a website, of course. But I'm not performing right now. I'm looking for a band or to build a band basically, and I will be looking for that once I have a little bit more time.
Well,
I'm not a professional, but
no, but we have a lot of musicians who live up here.
oh yes, and very good musicians too.
Yes.
I know some of them too.
Yes, well maybe you can work with them and put a little band together.
Yes, one time I went to COC, and a lot of musicians there, I mean
Yes.
professors, and
Yes.
are interested in my music, and they would be probably willing to build a band, and I just have to find time and make the decision. That's all.
You have to make the decision.
Exactly. Yeah. I just
That's the
have,
problem.
yeah. I've been contacted by a couple of big bands because that's what I play, big band music
Yes.
basically,
Hmm.
and that was before I retired from Ireland. And I said, yes, okay, as soon as I retire, I'll. But when you retire, you become,
I know.
oh, you become lazy.
Yeah.
Well, you need to
Well,
get involved in this community.
Absolutely,
Start
yes, yes.
volunteering, and a good
Yeah,
place to start would be the senior center.
yeah.
that's
They
Players
have
true.
Senior
That's
mus-
Center.
they
exactly
have
true.
musicians there.
Exactly.
Very good
I will do
musicians.
that. I will do that. Not only that, and then the concert in the park and things
Yes.
like that.
Hmm.
I
Yes,
will
that's starting up again.
exactly. I will make contact. Yes.
Yes, well, you've got two perfect contacts there: City of
Yeah.
Santa
Exactly.
Clarita and the
That's all
Senior
you need.
Center.
That's all you
Yes,
need. Yes.
because either one of those places, you will be able to do something and get something going.
Exactly. I have all my equipment. I have my recording equipment and everything. So on YouTube, I'm under Abel Keen, which is ABELKHIN. You can find all my recordings there.
A B
E
E L
L
K H
K
I
H
N,
I N. Yes.
and that's on YouTube.
YouTube. Yes.
Now, is Cliff Richards? Is he still around?
Oh yes. Oh yes. And he's touring too.
He's
So
touring. You're
yeah,
kidding.
he's like 80 years old or something, and
80?
but
Wow.
yeah, and he's still performing, very good shape. The Shadows, they stopped playing. I don't know. They're talking about another anniversary and things like that. They will meet together again, but so far the last thing was about a few years ago, the last
Hmm.
reunion.
So, do you play anything else other than the guitar?
I do play a little bit of piano.
Piano?
Yeah, I play all the string instrument like lute.
Oh, okay.
I have some weird instrument at home, like the Suzuki or whatever, Buzuki, and yeah, I play all kind of string instruments.
And do
Are
you,
there any
Bass,
any instruments that are Algerian per se. Guitars are around the world,
Yes.
right? But is there anything that is comes from natively from Algeria that people play as well, that you even play
Yes.
or you don't play?
Yes. It's called the mandol. I don't know why they call it with basically a French name, but it's something that I want to acquire. I gonna
Uh-huh.
order one as soon as I have the money.
Oh, they're that
Yeah.
expensive, huh?
Yeah, if you want a good
A
instrument,
good
really
instrument.
well made,
Yeah,
it
they're
has a very, very
expensive.
specific sound. It's a beautiful and full sound. It's called the mandal. I can give you some information about that if you're interested. But
Yeah.
that's
Is
the
it a
one I want.
stringed instrument
It's
or?
stringed instrument, yes, with double
Mhm.
strings. It has 5 strings doubled.
Wow.
Have you ever played in a symphony orchestra?
A symphony, no,
No. My
no,
husband played the
no. I'm.
violin in a symphony orchestra.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah,
Scares me to
he
death.
loved that.
These things,
Really?
because I don't read music. You see, I
Oh,
play by
I
ear.
Oh.
see. Play by ear. Well, he
Yeah.
did too. He played by ear.
So, but he had to learn music to play in.
Oh, he did,
Oh, yeah.
but he
He
played by
started.
ear though.
Okay.
That's the way he started, and
Very interesting.
it was interesting. He was in foster homes for for almost his entire young life, and one of the judges, after he kept getting into trouble, one of the judges said, "I'm buying you a violin."
Mm.
And he said, "You are going to take violin lessons
Okay.
and you are going to play." And that's what got him started as a youngster, because he was, like I said, he was flying around all these foster homes
Right.
because they took him away from his mother. She was declared an unfit mother.
Oh,
And so
okay.
he had to go into foster care. And back then they jumped around all over the place, and he started getting into trouble. And
Hmm.
that's when the judge said, "That's it. This is what you're going to do." And that
That's
changed his
amazing.
life.
Yeah.
Literally changed his life, because then he was so into music, and really was able to read music on his own.
Oh, really? He didn't
Yes.
take classes?
No, he
Okay.
didn't. He didn't. They gave him violin lessons,
Hmm.
you know, when he was very young.
Okay.
And from that point on, he did it himself, you know.
Playing in a
And
symphony
yeah,
orchestra is
and
not
it
easy.
literally saved his life. It really did.
That's
Yeah. Well,
great.
it is a human connection
Yes.
that we,
Exactly.
you know,
Music.
and we, it's something that it's international. It's something that comes to our deep into our soul, because once you hear music, no matter what instrument it is, no matter even sometimes even how it sounds, music to one's ear changes a mood, changes perceptions, connects with people. So music is to me the international way that we can all get together and all sit
Exactly.
down and say, hey, we're not very different. We make the same sound. And I love the fact that, you play by ear, because, when you play, I played violin also. I
Oh,
didn't play,
okay.
I didn't play by ear. So I, I read notes and music. But
Mm,
when people played by sound, it was beautiful and attracted way more than when I, played, with the notes. So, I think you're just lucky to be in a position where you can take music and utilize that to communicate with others.
it,
And certainly, like Barbara said, being at the senior center is the best way to communicate,
That's true.
because the seniors, just love to hear and talk and discuss and analyze. So we're older, but we're not gone yet. And music,
Thank
You aren't
God.
music,
kidding. We aren't gone yet.
we aren't gone yet. And
No,
so,
don't have any desire to do anything else either.
right.
I tell
But
you a
music makes
secret.
a difference.
Oh, okay. I tell you a secret.
Please.
Okay, like you said, yeah, music is a language. Basically, it speaks to you, so it speaks to the heart directly. But if I had to do it again, honestly, I would first of all learn music, just like your husband, and play piano instead.
I play the piano.
Ah, you see,
I took
it's
piano
a full
lessons.
instrument. I mean,
I took
it's.
piano lessons in England before I came here.
Oh,
And I came.
so you're British
Oh
originally?
yes, I came here when I was 10 and a half years old.
And you don't know the Shadows?
No, because I've been over here all this
Oh,
time.
okay.
See,
Got
I've
it.
lived in the United States, and but I lived there until I was 10 and a half years old
Oh,
during
okay.
during the Second World War, and that's why my father brought us over here, because he was stationed in the Royal Navy, and his ship was torpedoed and brought into Charleston Harbor, South
Oh.
Carolina, for repairs, and he was a mason. He belonged to
Okay.
the Masons in England, and a group of Masons visited the ship after it was repaired
Okay.
and made friends with him. And they invited him to his home, and he would stay with them when weekends off. And they were the ones who said, "We'll sponsor you to bring your family to the United States." And that's what happened in 1947. So when
Interesting.
I was 10 and a half years old.
Interesting.
And,
Really interesting.
yeah,
I
it's,
have videos of me performing in England, by the
Do
way.
you?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I still play the piano at home. I just fiddle around with it. But
Oh, yeah, that's what I would like. I would have. It's too late now. Maybe not. I don't
Oh,
know.
never too
I
late.
get
No,
in
no,
there
no,
and,
you're
and
right.
Adele.
pull it up and fiddle around and play chopsticks and all
Exactly.
kinds of stuff.
I do
Just-
play
just to
piano,
do-
like I do boogies and things like that,
Yeah.
but I would like to play really the beautiful music, symphonic
Oh
music
yes,
and all that
yes,
stuff.
that's beautiful on the piano.
Oh.
It really is. I could not agree more.
Easy listening.
But I'm not. I'm not that talented. I just pick around on the piano. But I loved it when I did play, But I took
think
the
about it. I just
piano
don't have
lessons.
room in my house for a piano, so. But they have keyboards. They have all kind of stuff.
Keyboard.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, they do.
And-
So
and things.
does your wife and daughter play music?
No,
No, no. You're the
no.
musician. in
They
the
love
family.
music, listen,
Yes.
but
But they don't play any
they don't
instruments
play.
or
No.
anything.
Even
Ah,
my son, he was 17 years old, and I gave him a guitar. I told him, listen, I make you, if you listen to me, I'll make you way better than myself. You will be a great player. Because I saw he had the right hand, very,
Yeah.
very good right hand, the left hand too. He was not interested here.
yeah. I got something else better to do, Dad.
Ah,
Leave
I'm
me
telling-
alone.
Exactly.
These kids.
I was so frustrated because could see the potential,
Yes, yes.
and he didn't want to listen. He would be better than me now if he really had listened to me.
That's
17 years
interesting.
old tells it all,
Oh,
right?
I know that says it all. That age
Exactly.
says it all. Well,
But you're
and-
you're never too old to learn, though. And
No.
he
You're
can
right.
start at any time.
that's
He can pick
very
it up
true.
again. You had put it down for what 20 or 30 years, and then picked it up again. So I just it's up to him at that point, when he gets older. But I think there are so many things that when you go to the senior center, the seniors realize that they can do things they hadn't done before in the past. And some of it is related to music. Some of it is cooking. Some of it is dancing.
It's true.
So that, we can always develop a new appreciation for certain things in life that we were interested in, but we didn't have the ability or time or money or,
It's true.
to be able to. So you never give up. There's no
that's
way.
true.
17 is young, and
It's-
70 is still young.
It's
Yes.
funny
So,
because. Oh, sorry.
so-
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, we have to wrap this up.
Oh, okay.
And,
Okay.
But I wondered if do you have any contact information if someone wants to get hold of you for
Yeah.
performing
My
or
email
anything?
is A KHINECE.com. So akinesh.com, and they will find the Gandhi Dancer, the magazine in which I'm
Right.
featured, and all my life story basically, and all
Oh,
my
Cool.
music.
wonderful.
Not all my music, because my music now is mostly on YouTube.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
on
that's
YouTube,
true.
as I told you, Abelkin,
Yes.
ABELKHIN.
On YouTube. Well, thank you so much for joining us
Oh, you're
today.
very
It
welcome.
was
Yeah, it's
Thank you
very
for
exciting.
inviting me.
interesting.
Nice to meet you too,
Yes.
Dr.
Well,
Dorio.
thank you.
You'll
You're
have
very
to come
welcome.
back again and
God
visit
willing.
us.
God
Yes,
willing.
yes.
And
Thank
bring
you.
your bring
Thank
your
you again.
mandal and play for us.
Yeah.
Okay, once I get it, yes.
Okay. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
Join the Canyon Theater Guild for in-person workshops for children up to 17 years old this summer. Kids become their favorite fairy tale characters in Character Matters, Return of the Fairy Tale Advice Council. Juniors take to the high seas in Dave the Brave and the Pirateers, facing crocodiles, sirens, and the notorious pirate Ladylegs. Be our guest with the stars and Disney's Beauty and the Beast Jr. Call 661-799-2702 or visit canyontheater.org.
There are many memorable restaurants in Santa Clarita, but 3 words stand out from the crowd. Mom can cook.
Mamá puede cocinar.
Mom can cook the best Thai food on this side of the planet.
Mama fait la cuisine.
No matter what language you use, Mom Can Cook says it all. Thai food at its finest, all your favorite dishes, and Mom's very own original specialties. Experience it on Soledad by the Canyon Country Post Office.
Mama 요리가 좋으세요?
Mom Can Cook.
There's a very good reason Embrace Your Smile has been voted Santa Clarita's #1 orthodontist for 10 years in a row.
Honestly, it's our team.
Dr. Megan LeCornu.
I think for me, what makes it stand out is when I have patients that come up to me and say, we have never been in a doctor's office that feels like this. Our team is a family, and we really get along, and we are really passionate about what we do, helping our patients get the smiles they want and deserve.
Dr. Megan LeCornu of Embrace Your Smile Orthodontics.
Embrace your smile.
EmbraceYourSmile.com.
Mend Cryotherapy is open. They have amazing specials, including the $99 Performance Package, which includes a cryo session, pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, which boosts recovery of damaged cells, the aromatherapy oxygen bar, NuCalm, and infrared sauna. There's also a beauty package with a cryofacial, infrared sauna, and more. Mend Cryotherapy is open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Go to Mend, M-E-N-D, cryotherapy.com on Newhall Ranch Road in the Gateway Shopping Center.
Discover the memory care your loved one deserves at Oakmont of Valencia, Oakmont's brand new luxury senior living community in Santa Clarita. Oakmont's innovative memory care program features stimulating and engaging activities in a soothing environment, as well as compassionate professional care delivered in the privacy of the residents' apartment homes. With 2 gorgeous outdoor courtyards, as well as an on-site movie theater, residents will enjoy a life full of vitality, dignity, and purpose. For more information, visit oakmontofvalencia.com.
Healthcare can be difficult if you're underinsured or have Medi-Cal. Samuel Dixon Family Health Center can help. Services are available on a sliding fee schedule. The mission of the Samuel Dixon Family Health Center is to give the Santa Clarita Valley access to affordable, quality primary care. There are 3 locations to serve you: Canyon Country, Newhall, and Valverde. Go to sdfhc.org for more information and to find the location most convenient for you.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com, located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And our in-studio guest now is Adam Laraway, of Focus Physical Therapy.
Hi
How
there.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome,
Thanks for
Adam.
having me. Thank
Good
you.
to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you guys again as well.
So, are you staying out of mischief?
I'm staying out of mischief.
Oh,
yeah.
that's terrible. It's fun being in mischief.
Right? Well, we did get away for the 4th of July, so that we get into a little bit, but not too much.
Okay. Well, that's good. At least you got away.
Yeah, good family time.
Yes, absolutely good family time. Really was. So, what can we talk about today?
Well, I think, kind of picking up where we left off last time with, making sure that mobility is really important for the seniors and keeping moving and keeping walking and keeping active to keep things strong and your balance good. And that's definitely, I would say, the most important going forward.
Yeah, I have a tendency to take off down the hall and whoa, slow down, Barbara. Because I have a tendency to take off and go flying down the hall, you know. And I have wood floors now. Took the carpet up.
Yep.
And oops, slow down. You're going to
Absolutely.
slip and fall. And there's nobody there, even though you've got your thing around your neck. But
Yep. Well, and definitely if you've got wood floors, making sure that you don't have a lot of throw rugs and stuff like that are tripping hazards. Those are really important.
That's right.
I
just have two large, they're the oval carpets.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the Indian, I don't know what they are, but they're the oval carpets that have the threads all round and round and round.
Yep.
And they're heavy and they stay on the floor.
Yeah.
And I don't have any problems. Of course, I always look.
Yeah.
When I'm going to get up from the chair and walk onto the carpet, I have to look at that edge.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise, I'll go flying flat on my face.
Exactly.
And I can't do that.
That's the most important, is that threshold. Even though it's heavy and it's attached to the floor, just that transition can be a challenge. So if you catch a toe or something like that, you just have to really be careful. We don't want any falls, breaking hips, anything like that.
No.
So keeping your balance and, like you said, watching where you're going, and that's really important.
Yeah, it is. It's especially important for seniors because as you get older, your balance gets a little bit more precarious.
Absolutely.
I found that out.
Yeah.
Well,
and we in physical therapy, we look at kind of 3 different systems for balance. We look at your vision, your hearing, which is called your vestibular system, and then your proprioceptive input, so input through your hands and your feet. And so when we do an evaluation with someone, we look at those 3 systems to see, are any of them, at a deficit, and can we work on to make them better? And so we have different tools that we use in the clinic to balance with different pads and boards and stuff like that, or, eyes open, eyes closed, doing what's called perturbations, where we push you around a little bit. That's always fun. And, just to kind of get you off balance so that your body has to correct. Because, when you catch when you catch the threshold of the carpet, you've got to react quickly.
Absolutely.
And if you don't catch yourself and you don't have that reaction, that's when you're going to fall into something or, fall down, flat on your face.
And that's scary.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Absolutely.
I did it the other day.
Yeah.
When I got up from the chair.
Yeah.
And I have a puzzle board because I do jigsaw puzzles.
Uh-huh.
And I have a puzzle board there that's on a moving, some kind of thing that my son got for me that has wheels, but he attached the puzzle board to that so that I could move it back and forth.
Very nice.
And I moved it away from me, and part of it's on the carpet and part of it isn't.
Yeah.
So when I move it away, it goes right to the edge of the carpet, and sometimes it lifts the edge of the carpet a little bit. And I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And when I got up and started to walk, my foot, my toe hit the edge of that carpet, and I almost went down. Scared the daylights out of me.
Yep, absolutely.
And I thought, Barbara, you don't go down that way again.
Yeah.
You don't go through the living. You go through the dining room, into the hallway, and down the hall. And slow down when you go, because that's where the wood is, too.
Yep. But those is definitely one perfect example. You were doing a project and it lifted the corner of that carpet, and so you just have to be really, really careful.
Yeah, I'm very careful about it now. I watch it every single time I get up out of that chair.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to fall on my face. Plus, I've got a brick fireplace hearth right there too.
Yeah.
And that would be terrible to fall onto.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that, balance you can improve on. I mean, it's unfortunate, as we get older, what happens? Our eyes get a little bit worse. our hearing gets a little bit worse.
That's
and
right.
Our joints get arthritic. So all three of those systems can be affected.
That's right.
But there's ways that we utilize in the clinic to challenge those systems and make them better. And it's amazing how, watching people when they come in and they're, wall grabbing and, having, to really watch what they're doing. And as they practice and things get better and their brain integrates those different signals, they can make some really drastic improvements, which is really fun to see.
Yeah. Well, my kids installed because I have to go up two steps to get into my house, and they put railings up for me.
Yep.
Smart.
And I grab hold of that railing. I do not fail.
Yeah.
Because that's what helps me get up that first step and then move a little further and get up to the second step.
Yep.
Because I did fall once. I tripped.
Yep.
And banged into the door and ended up in the hospital. And I don't want to do that again.
No.
So that's why they put them up. They say, Mom, you need to be careful.
Yeah.
You're alone here most of the time, and you need help.
Yeah.
And this is what will help you.
Installing the grab bars is really important because that's, if you've got your hand on it, that's another, point of reference that your brain can then integrate those signals. And
Absolutely.
That helps.
And it's an automatic thing. Yep. Once you hold on to something, that brain of yours is working.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing, what your mind does and you're not aware of it. It really is.
Yep.
And I also have a walk-in tub. I don't use the shower anymore, even though it's got bars in it.
Yeah.
Because we had it put in when my husband was alive. But then he bought me that walk-in tub for my birthday, and it was a lifesaver for him.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't get in the shower.
Yeah.
And so the caregiver would take him into the walk-in tub, and it was perfect because you've got the shower thing there, you've got everything there, and you can sit down.
Yep.
And that's what's so nice about it.
Absolutely.
And also you can fill it up and have it bubble. Which is lovely.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, I love that. I do that a couple of times a week, which is lovely. So, but anyway, it as you get older, it is hard to maneuver.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It
Yeah. Once
really
we start
is.
losing that mobility, it's really, isn't it, Adam, a threat to our quality of life
Absolutely.
when we start not, having some falls or having some imbalance? I mean, it truly is a worry that starts to make us think, are we going to have some catastrophe taking place? And, preventiveness, like Barbara's saying with the grab bars, I mean, that's important. But the big thing that I think is so useful is physical therapy and understanding and knowing what needs to be done in order to sustain a person's balance, to recognize that they could be having a visual problem or a problem with proprioception, the feelings in their hands and their feet, especially their feet. You have to realize that when you know there's a deficit, you can work better to prevent problems from occurring. So in your realm within physical therapy, what would you instruct and say to our older adults, our seniors listening to our program, and maybe their caregivers, what they can do to help recognize some of these problems beforehand and prevent catastrophe from occurring?
Well, I'd say, definitely keeping moving is the most important. If you're getting up and moving around every day, I like to talk to patients about getting onto a walking program, and that could be short distance, just going to the mailbox, or something like that. But, when you become inactive, the strength and that balance really can regress really pretty quickly. So it's really important to get up and get moving every day, to help with circulation, help with blood flow. And just keeping muscles going. We have some muscles called our hip flexors, one in particular called the psoas, that when you sit all day, it gets tight and it attaches to your lower back. And so, a lot of times when you get up out of a chair after a while, if that muscle's tight, it can pull on your lower back. And then, sometimes you see, the older population, they're lean forward. When they walk, they can't get upright, and that changes a lot of your dynamics of your balance because now your weight is shifted forward and that makes you more prone to fall forward. So, posture is really, really important. And so, making sure you keep yourself upright and keep in good posture so that everything is in balance.
So how do you strengthen the psoas muscle? And for those listening, it's PSOAS, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah,
And
psoas.
strengthening
but is
it.
that part of our core? Is that part of our core muscle that one tries to keep strong?
Not necessarily. I mean, our core muscles we refer to more to our abdominals, our transverse, the abs, exactly. There's kind of 4 layers of core muscles. They all work together. The hip flexor, the psoas in particular, it lifts your knee up, towards the sky if you're standing, so it flexes the hip. But where we get more into problems with it is more tightness, because when you sit, it's on slack. And so if it starts to tighten up, that's what makes it hard for. So we generally do more of a stretch to keep that mobility up. So I have a lot of older people that I work with that those muscles are tight, and so when they stand up, they can't get fully straight. And so one of the exercises that we'll do is we'll have them kind of lay off the edge of their bed with one leg just kind of dangling down towards the ground. So it actually puts your hip into what's called extension, or kind of a backwards motion down towards the floor. And then we'll have the other knee bent up just to protect their lower back, so kind of a scissoring pattern, and then just let that hang there and let gravity do the work, and that really helps to stretch that muscle out. It's pretty safe because you're just kind of letting that one leg hang off the edge of the bed, but that has helped some patients immensely, because then they can get more upright in their posture, and then they're not fighting gravity every time they get up.
That's what I do every morning.
Oh, there you go.
I do it every single morning. I put that one leg over the edge.
Yep.
And let it dangle there.
Perfect.
And it's amazing, because I used to just jump out of bed and almost fall over.
Yeah.
And I've learned, no, you put one leg down first.
Yeah.
And just lie there for a minute, and then gradually get yourself up. And it's amazing, the difference.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
I couldn't believe it, but that's very interesting.
Yeah, and
because it really helps.
Yeah, and that muscle's a big culprit for lower back pain. People that want to lay on their back, but when they lay on their back, a lot of times they'll feel pain because they'll feel it pulling, and that's usually that psoas muscle that is pulling on their back when they lay their legs flat. So they'll put a pillow underneath the knees to take some pressure off, which it does relieve the pain, but it's not fixing the underlying problem, because now you just put that muscle on slack. You supported it, but if you try and get your legs flat again, then you're pulling on that muscle again. And so it's an important one to keep that mobility. We see that a lot, especially in the older population, where they're kind of leaning forward when they walk, and it can get, gravity never gives up, so gravity's going to win. It'll keep pulling you forward more and more and more. And I've worked with patients that literally are walking like they're sitting in a chair. It just is not efficient, and it's not good. No. So you gotta really maintain that mobility and that flexibility of that muscle.
And the other thing too that I've noticed with some people walking around with walkers.
Yes.
And Russ did the same thing until I realized they're leaning forward.
Yes.
And their back is in a semicircle. And I said to Russ, stand up straight.
Yep.
And it finally dawned on me, raise the bars on the walker, Barbara. That will help.
Yep.
And it did.
Absolutely.
Because then he was standing up straight.
Yep.
But I see so many men and women using their walkers, and they're walking around hunched.
Yep. Yeah, I end up doing a lot of adjustment at the person's first visit, because they'll come in
it's amazing.
And it's the wrong height. Yeah.
You'd think that they would realize they're bending over.
Yeah. And then every time I adjust it, they're like, "Oh, that's so much better." It's
yes, because it takes the pressure off.
Yep, exactly.
It's amazing.
Yep. And they should be more up in the walker rather than pushing the walker from
over.
behind. Exactly.
That's exactly right.
So
exactly.
Those little bits of cues make a big difference.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
And
so
many
Adam,
times I see people like that, and I want to go up to them and say something, but I think, it's not your business, Barbara. Stay out of it. But it's so tempting to go up to somebody and tell them, you know, stand up straight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get those bars up.
Yep.
But you can't do things like that.
Yeah.
So Adam, those who are listening though are thinking, oh yeah, I need some physical therapy.
Yes.
But in order to get physical therapy from you, they have to have a requisition from a doctor when they're on Medicare.
Correct.
Is that not correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right. So what are the justifications? I mean, can a doctor just put down mobility problems and that suffices
Absolutely.
for them to go? Is there anything else other than correct the walker and adjust it appropriately? Is there anything else that psoas strengthening, working toward a six-pack, things like that?
Well, I don't know if Medicare would say that's medically necessary, but
well, how about a one-pack?
Right, exactly. But we do get referrals for just generalized weakness, that type of stuff, and that is a code that we can utilize. So and balance deficits, strength deficits. So I mean, sometimes it's we just see people for a few visits just to kind of, like you say, adjust the walker, or adjust a cane, or something like that, and then giving them some exercises that they need to address to address the issues that we find in the evaluation. We kind of joke around that, dentists did it right. They schedule a follow-up every 6 months, to have your teeth cleaned. And sometimes I think physical therapy should do that too, as almost like a tune-up, just have you come in once or twice a year, just to make sure that things aren't tightening up on you or getting weak or something like that. And just doing a couple visits to, get you on a program that you can do at home. I think we would see a lot more, fall risk prevention and that type of stuff.
Right.
So.
Right, exactly. And I just think that the loved ones, the caregivers, the family members are looking at their loved one, the patient, and realizing, hey, they're slowing down. They're not getting up as much. And that in itself should be the red flag.
Yeah.
That sets a person off and says, let's talk to your doctor about getting a referral to physical therapy.
Absolutely. Well, and again, kind of going back to that preventative, is so many times people wait too long, I think, to get in to see their doctor, and or then referred to physical therapy. And so, we're kind of coming in at a deficit where we're really having to address a lot of things. And sometimes there's structural changes. Sometimes those muscles have turned into a contracture, and that's a much different, ball of wax to try and really correct.
Well, let's talk about that after we come back from the break, okay?
Sounds great.
I think that's something that's important. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
Healthcare can be difficult if you're underinsured or have Medi-Cal. Samuel Dixon Family Health Center can help. Services are available on a sliding fee schedule. The mission of the Samuel Dixon Family Health Center is to give the Santa Clarita Valley access to affordable, quality primary care. There are 3 locations to serve you: Canyon Country, Newhall, and Valverde. Go to sdfhc.org for more information and to find the location most convenient for you.
Excellence isn't just a word, it is what we deliver. Vanguard Protection Group is committed to providing its clients with the highest echelon of protective services available. Our clients not only receive the security services they contract for, but also reports that are well-written, articulate, and thorough. Our patrol officers operate at the highest levels and have an impressive rapport with local law enforcement. With military, police, private policing, and courtroom experience, you can trust that we have the strength to deliver our promise of excellence. Contact Vanguard Protection by calling 661-753-3611 or visiting their website at vanguardprotectiongroup.com.
Save water and save money. SCV Water wants to help you find your fit and take advantage of conservation rebate programs that will help you save. Water your landscape more efficiently. Replace your lawn with water-wise plants. Conduct free in-home water surveys. Cover your swimming pool and more. Find the programs that fit your needs and start saving today. Visit conserve.yourscvwater.com to learn more.
That's conserve.yourscvwater.com.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com. Located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The Newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The Newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at focusphysicaltherapyscv.com.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And we're speaking with Adam Laraway of Focus Physical Therapy. And let's continue what we were talking about. We started to talk about before we went on break.
Refresh my memory.
You're asking me to refresh your memory? Something about focus on that place you were talking about.
I think we were
On the
talking about
hips.
mobility. Oh, the hip flexors. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were talking about the stretching them out is really, really important. And being more preventative. Because sometimes we get people that they think, oh, it's going to go away, and then it doesn't, and it just kind of festers. But they may not want to go in to see their doctor. They may not want to get looked at, and sometimes that makes it more difficult because now the problem has gone on for a while. And I think what I was talking about before the break was, sometimes structures can change into what we call a contracture, and the actual integrity of the tendon actually changes, and it doesn't have any pliability to it anymore, and that's really, really tough to get that stretched out. So I think that's what I was kind of getting at is getting in and being more preventative. And hey, what if I just did 3 or 4 sessions, evaluation and a couple follow-ups, make sure I'm on a program that is good for me, and go from there to make sure all those issues are addressed.
Yep. So let me ask you this, though, Adam.
Yes.
What about for those who are more adept at being in water, like Barbara? What about water? Barbara used to do a lot of water exercises.
Water aerobics.
But, the water aerobics at COC. But how beneficial is the water exercises? Walking in water, swimming in water, of course, and doing water aerobics. How beneficial is that for our seniors?
Water aerobics and water exercise is great. My old clinic up in the Antelope Valley, I used to do pool therapy, and I've done pool therapy for the last 20 years. I haven't started a pool program yet at Focus. That is on my to-do list as we start to grow a little bit more. But it was great. We had patients that necessarily couldn't do much in the clinic, and you get them in the water, and all of a sudden it opens up a whole new world. And there's a lot of science behind, the resistance of the water, the buoyancy of the water, and the benefits that you can do it where, especially for somebody who maybe has let it go too long and they can't do a lot in the clinic, because of their mobility, and you get them in the water and all of a sudden you've offloaded, if their shoulder depth or chest depth, they're only about 70% of their, or 30% of their weight, 70% non-weight bearing. So all of a sudden you just opened up that world of, hey, they can move around and do a lot of stuff, with not a lot of compression in their joints for arthritic changes and that type of stuff. And then the buoyancy of the water and the resistance of the water makes it a really good workout.
Oh, it is. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
And it was interesting, all the years that I did it at COC, most of the students there were seniors.
Yep.
And we loved it because it was such fantastic physical exercise that you didn't get hurt.
Absolutely.
That was what was so nice about it.
Yep.
I mean, you couldn't do those exercises standing up,
No.
not being in, without being in water. You'd end up killing yourself practically. But
when you come back the next time, Adam, let's talk about mobility and water exercises, because I think the ears are up right now on our seniors saying, "Hey, what about that?"
Yeah.
So let's get into it. What is your contact information?
So our phone number is 661-255-4205, and then you can email as well at info@focusptscv.com. And we're located at Peachland Avenue, 25050 Peachland Avenue, Suite 205.
And you're going to put a pool in there soon, aren't you? We'll say 255-4205. Focus Physical Therapy. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, thank you very
for
much.
being on the show. We appreciate it. We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers In-Home Care and Santa Clarita Hearing Center. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.